any existing fourth-generation fighters can shoot down U.S. fifth-generation F-22 Raptor. America's F-22 Raptor is one of the world's most advanced warplanes. But it has several weaknesses. For one, it's blind in the infrared, though several of its potential rivals have infrared search and track sensors, effectively allowing them to scan for enemy warplanes' heat signatures. The F-22 also lacks side-looking radars, which allow an aircraft to fire a missile that requires mid-course updates from the aircraft's radar while continuing to provide tracking data after turning more than 90 degrees away from the path of the missile. Without such a radar, an aircraft would have to keep pointing toward an enemy plane and getting closer to any missiles an enemy might fire. Past evidence seems to confirm that a French fighter pilot once killed an American F-22 Raptor stealth fighter in mock combat. In November 2009, a squad of F-22s from the Air Force's 1st Fighter Wing in Virginia flew to Al Dhafra, in the UAE, to train with French Air Force Rafale fighters and Typhoon jets from the British Royal Air Force. But the American pilots insisted their planes had gone undefeated against the French during the November exercise, that, in fact, the F-22s had shot down Rafales in 6 one-on-one engagements. 5 other simulated battles ended in draws, the Americans said. The U.S. pilots copped to just 1 loss in the wargame, an F-22 defeated by a Mirage 2000 flown by an Emirati aviator. But a video posted by a French website on June 18 proves that the Americans were lying, or at least incorrect. The video from the Rafale's camera clearly shows the French plane maneuvering into a good position to launch an infrared-guided Mica missile against a defending F-22. Even before the Emirati and French wins in 2009, the Americans knew the F-22 could be beaten, although they rarely mentioned this uncomfortable fact. During the Raptor's first ever major air exercise in 2006, an Air Force F-16, most likely dating from the 1980s, managed to kill an F-22. The reason for these shortcomings dates back to the Raptor's origin. The F-22 had its beginnings in the Advanced Tactical Fighter program, which began in 1981. On October 31, 1986, the Air Force announced Lockheed and Northrop as winners of that stage of the Advanced Tactical Fighter program. The teaming agreement among Boeing, General Dynamics and Lockheed called for the winning company to be the team leader, so Lockheed took the role. The winning teams were given 4 years to produce their flying prototypes. But in January 1989, the U.S. Air Force put a cap on the cost and other expenses of the F-22's avionics cost at $9 million per aircraft in production. At that time, Lockheed's design had over $16 million for only avionics in each aircraft. Thus, the IRST was dropped, as were a number of other systems, including the side-looking, cheek-mounted radars. The F-22's basic challenge was to integrate stealth, supercruise, highly integrated avionics and agility into an aircraft with a longer range than the one it was to replace, the F-15 Eagle. No matter how magical the F-22, any pilot can make a mistake, admitted Lieutenant Colonel Dirk Smith, a Raptor squadron commander. The Raptor excels at fighting from beyond visual range with its high speed and altitude, high-tech radar and long-range missiles. But in a slower, close angle, what pilots call a merge, the heavier F-22 is at a disadvantage. The worrying implication, of course, is that Chinese, Russian and other rival planes also need not worry about America's main jet fighter. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.